break out of your rut. Find out where you are doing basic stuff, like normal stuff, things that you shouldn't be doing, things that show maybe just the same old stuff. Why don't you just get out there and just do what you are learning about, what you do in the background when you are working with clients, when you're having these great high level conversations. Expose yourself. Share with people things that you have about your limiting space. Get in there. Bring the energy and the juice and the excitement of what your passion really is. For example, when I first started doing this energy work, like not in a spiritual way, but really unclogging the body for the energy, decreasing the stress so we can open up and be ourselves. I used to say stuff like, oh yeah, I want to help somebody have energy. And I had 2 coaches within like a 5-year range, which I still wasn't, getting it at this time. And they're like, oh, that sounds so hard. Oh, that sounds so boring. But inside, I was sizzling. I was like, oh my gosh. But the way I was saying it, I was in fear of judgment. I wasn't used to like pitching to people to share with them like what I was doing. And it broke my heart because as a health coach, now for 25 years, all of that really meant something to me. And I was like, well, how can I prove it to them? How can I sell it to them? And I would take all these classes and it still wasn't translating. It's because I had that wall up. Then there became a time where I started kind of crying and going, I just never was stepping into this. I was afraid of the exposure, afraid of really being myself, afraid of being vulnerable. And before that, I couldn't express what I was going through. I'd be in classes and it wouldn't translate. And I felt like I was almost like in school. When I was in school, I was a C student. I was having a difficult time connecting with like what I was supposed to be doing in school, my purpose. And at this time, I really felt like I was supposed to be doing more than just going to school. I was going to San Francisco and I was going dancing every weekend, or even Sundays and Wednesdays, I was going dancing because I was trying to reset what I believed real life was. Where is it that you are just living in status quo and maybe the serious side of you feels like, okay, this is the way I really am, but is it? Aren't you ready to unleash your moxie? Like just let things roll and flow and share things with people that are just like, oh my gosh, I just had this thought. I need to share it with you. I need to share it with you. And you just go out and you just do this video and you just do it when your energy is there and you're ready to crank it out. Be you. That's how you release the status quo. You don't put on that whole robotic thing that happens where people are just like, oh, it's just you showing up. I have one more story. I was working at a place and I was working out all the time. So, on the exterior or whatever, I was just looking fabulous. And someone said, this is when I was single. I was waitressing. I waitressed for 10 years. I waitressed for 10 years. Make sure I enunciate it. And someone was checking me out, but it was like at a location. And this person I worked with all the time. And they were driving down the road and they saw this hot blonde and they go, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Oh, it's just Rhonda. And they came to the restaurant the night they were working and they shared that with everybody. And they were like, oh yeah, I get that. And I was like, here, wait, I'm working so hard on my body. Why don't people want to date me? See what happens when you don't really show up as you? You're just so afraid to show who you are. So that's the only reason why you feel like you have to compete with others, because you're not allowing yourself to be. And I've been hearing lately that people are saying, who are you? Find out who you are. What if you can discover who you are, then it's going to do this. I'm like, you're right, that person's so much in the brain when they're speaking about that. What if you just learn to be? And you get all these crazy ideas. And you just go, ooh, that's way different. Because the way I think is going to be so different than the way you think. And boy, I hope you're attracted to what I'm doing, because that is what I'm here for. I'm here to hashtag speaker locking arms. We are locking arms together and saying, I got your back. I'm even starting to do stuff creatively with people where they say, can we partner and do a workshop together? And I'm like, Why would we do something at a base level when we're already big in what we're doing? Why don't we like see what our gems are and support each other and do it in a way that helps both of us so that we really make transformation for people? And it's a whole new mindset because it's not like you're equal people on every level. You want to see what they're really, really doing good at, what you're really, really doing good at. How can you both bring community together? Or maybe there's someone that you're working with that puts community together in a very quick, fashionable way because that's just what they do. And maybe you have more of a business background where you're able to strategically put workshops together if that's what you're doing, our program, and you're supporting each other. And then when it's your time to do something, then you have special people. There's these ladies, we call ourselves the Charlie's Angels. And I love it. I love it. But I don't like when we're working at that level together because we're stumbling on each other because we have our own views and what we're doing because we've been doing this for a while. So my new thing is how can I partner with people and elevate what they're doing, like levitate it, in a way that they feel like, I can spiritually be myself while Rhonda, like runs the show and I get to be on her show, or I'm doing this and Rhonda gets to coach me, or someone gets to coach me, they get to level me up, or it's a friend that is in this industry and they are working at doing something. How can I help? Asking you, how can I help? Let's keep the status quo down and the you up. Love you. Have an insightful day.